Hello, everyone, and welcome to, well, welcome to what is essentially a sort of reaction and analysis to what was recently released. A teaser DLC poster for Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach, a DLC called Ruin. Now, before we get into this, I would like to get something out of the way. When I first started playing Security Breach and I played through the game, I really did enjoy myself. And I now realize that not only was it because I was glad to be able to play a game of Five Nights at Freddy's that would sort of continue the story we were going through, but I was also rather oblivious to all the flaws and errors that the game had. Now, I don't dislike the game. I don't hate it. And I'm not saying anybody has said that, but I know that a lot of people have given the game flack because, it was released really, really early because of Sony. Something about, I don't know if it was because of like holiday sales or anything, and Sony didn't want to miss their opportunity, but I'm not saying that Steel Wool is completely at fault. I mean, yes, they have made some choices about the game that weren't exactly the best, but I wouldn't say that Steel Wool is a terrible company either. I mean, hell, they're still updating the game even now because they want to implement what they can before the DLC comes out. And as you can see down at the bottom, it says Free DLC 2023. Now, something I've come to make note of is there is no defined window of time or defined date of when exactly it's coming out. It could be December of 2023 for all we know. So I'm holding on to the fact that even if by the time the DLC comes out in 2023, the main base game could turn out to be good in the end. It could be bad still. But even then, I still am going to enjoy myself because no matter what happens, this game, this series, this franchise holds a special place in my heart. And I wanted to get this out of the way because, well, I couldn't really think of a proper time to make a video saying, hey, I know that Security Breach is going through some rough patches and, they're slowly being filled with the cement mix that is content that is being permanently implemented into the game, but I'm still holding on to the fact that no matter what we get in the end, before the DLC comes out, I'm still going to enjoy it. Unless it has a reason to not be enjoyable, but, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. So, that being said, I have the image opened in paint.net, so we can look around the image however we want. Now, the first thing I noticed is it seems we're not going to be playing as Gregory. It seems we're going to be playing as someone, well, looking at it, we know it's either another boy with a unique hairstyle, or it's more likely a girl. But something that's puzzled me is I feel like we've seen this kind of character model somewhere before, but I can't quite place my finger on where. It might be that it just reminds me of another similar character model from a previous game that wasn't, it didn't actually look exactly like this, but I can't help but feel like we've seen this character somewhere before. Now, if people are going to start wondering if maybe it's Vanessa, I want to say that it is a possibility, but I'm pretty sure Vanessa has one ponytail and not two. Although, people can change their hairstyle whenever, but I get the feeling this may not be Vanessa, but perhaps someone else. And it all depends on if this takes place in the future or the past. And it's definitely likely going to take place in the future. And we know this because in the events of the main game, Gregory wound up shattering the animatronics, and that's something else. So I guess this video is going to be kind of a mixture of a teaser analysis and also kind of getting my thoughts out since I last made a video of the game. So we don't know who this character is. In fact, because we have this open in Paint.net, I'm willing to bet we can probably brighten some of the stuff up. Maybe it'll unveil something, maybe not, but it'll also give us a better view on things. So let's go ahead and add some effects. Combined adjustments. Maybe that'll do. Oh yeah, see? Alright. Things are kind of brightening. We'll leave that how it is. Saturation. Ooh. Okay, alright. Alright, you know what? Good enough. I don't know if you guys saw the windows of what I was doing, but here's what it looked like before. And here's what it looked like after I did some adjustments. Oh shoot. Okay, it says Control F to... There we go. So, before, after. Before, after. So now we have a better... Oh, I did a smart. Top left. Look at that. Wait, shoot. You probably already gathered that this analysis video might not be like as serious and focused as the other ones are. That's just kind of how I roll. So, okay. Can we, oh, not save, select. Can we adjust this with sharpness? Okay, I don't know how much that actually helps, but we'll keep in the sharpness just in case. So there's like a pair of glowing red eyes here. Now, my first thought, and probably everyone else's first thought, is Vanny. Because, you know, Vanny has a red glow in her mask. And the only other character who I could possibly think of having a red glow in their eyes would be Moondrop. So, could be either. Could be neither. Also, what's up at the top here? I can't tell if these are supposed to be eyes, like these things around here. Wait, actually, I can't tell if can't tell if these are supposed to be eyes or if they're supposed to be decorations. Also, I just noticed a little, because of all the sharpening and brightening and stuff here, kind of a nice little pattern we got here. Anyways, so let's get back on track. We don't know who this is supposed to be. My guess, actually, now that I think about it, and it's kind of a stretch, this could potentially be, the same girl from, what was it, Princess Quest? Again, kind of a stretch, but given all the characters we've seen, I'm sure it's someone. And another thing, another elephant in the room, Chica's not looking so hot. And God knows, like I said, God knows how long it's been since this DLC will take place after the base game, but we can tell things are not looking very good for the mall. I mean, hell, it's probably been abandoned at this point. And yet, the monitors on the top seem to indicate that Gregory could still be here. And he's not exactly in the best situation. Because of these screens that are saying things like, mostly just help me. So, this could be a friend of Gregory's. It could be someone who came in. Actually, now that I think about it, I thought I heard that this DLC was supposed to take place after the canon ending. And even if that ending in itself still has a lot to be desired and honestly should be remade, it really leaves me to wonder what exactly happened afterwards. Because the canon ending, supposedly, was Gregory and Freddy somehow managed to escape the pizzeria that was underneath the Pizzaplex, even though, as everybody points out, Freddy tells us that the elevator that takes us down to where the Pizzaplex is not properly and safely designed, and it's really only one way. So, how we managed to escape, we really don't know, and it doesn't really make a lot of sense. But maybe Gregory isn't physically here, but something he needed to do that he depends on us to do is why we're here. Kind of like hey, I can't go back here, but maybe you can. Maybe you can deal with something that I couldn't finish. Or maybe he really is trapped here. Because, hang on, what was was there like an ending image after the canon ending? Yes, there was. There most certainly was. This is the image we see after we complete the canon ending, or after we get the canon ending, I should say. But there's something about this that's just now coming to light. And it's really making me wonder, what if Gregory and Freddy didn't actually escape? What if, now, again, this is just a stretch, but what if this was like an image of if Gregory and Freddy didn't make it? You know how when there's portrayal of when, and I'm not saying I really believe this is what happened, but it's a possibility. You know how when some people die, there's a portrayal of them going into this, their own little version of heaven? This could be a possibility. And of course I'm really tripping on my own words a lot in this video. I'm sorry. I'm just saying that could be a possibility, but then again, at the same time, if that were the case, why would there be all these monitors of Gregory who looks like he needs serious help? So, I guess this really was supposed to be after, there was a lot cut out from the base game, and I think one of the things that was probably vital to explaining how they got out was the Burn Trap boss was going to be different and not quite as, well, it wouldn't have played out the way it did in the game that we got. So maybe there would have been an explanation for how we would have been able to get out. Maybe there was a secret emergency hatch or something. Because if the other animatronics could get down here, there had to be a way that they did that didn't require an elevator. I mean, if Vanny was able to get down there, because people think that Vanny was collecting Remnant to revive Afton, she would have had to been able to get down there too, right? Plus, something I remember is Glamrock Freddy mentions that Vanny made Glamrock Freddy and the other animatronics go down and, dig up the pizzeria, and yet they were able to go back up into the main pizzaplex. So that leaves me to wonder, was there some way, some path that Freddy took and the other animatronics took that Gregory and Freddy were able to also take to escape? That could be a possibility, because how else would they have gotten out? How else would Freddy and the others have gotten out in the first place? I mean, they couldn't have taken an elevator that was only one way. So, I don't know. It's definitely possible. I mean, I'll admit there's not a lot to go off of from this teaser alone, but from what we know, things have not been looking so hot for the mall and the animatronics after the base game. Hell, this could be because of us setting a fire to Freddy Fazbear's Pizza Place that, this is what happened to them. Like look at Chica. She's... Hang on, can I bring up a comparison between Shattered Chica and what she looks like now? So this is how Glamrock Chica looked, typically around the start. And she eventually, started, her body started getting a bit more dirty and everything. Perhaps even chipped and cracked. And this is what she looked like after she was shattered. And this is what she looks like now. And can I just open up a new Alright. Control N. So yeah. Pre-shattered. Post-shattered. Whatever the hell happened to her here? So things have definitely gotten worse for her and potentially the other animatronics. So, that's definitely something to think about. Oh, sorry, I hope the image wasn't stuck on Freddy. I mean, so you all can see... I don't know if this is still Shattered Chica or she would have another prefix, but... I talked with, someone on the Five Nights at Freddy's Discord server, and they say that they believe this does take place after the Afton ending, but it's possible that Gregory and Freddy didn't make it out. Perhaps at most he was captured by, he said he believes that, he thinks that Vanny and Malhair, aka Glitchtrap, but Malhair is a better name, were able to capture him. And come to think, and I'm not sure if this is just because I modified the image, but these purple glows here, I mean, they could be something. I don't know what, but they could potentially be something. Maybe like a representation of the corruption or, hacking that Burntrap was capable of. Again, we don't know. And also in some of these monitors, we of course have Gregory, but we also have, well, it's not clear who this is, but it's possible that it could be the mask of Vanny, because her eyes do have that kind of, slanted teardrop shape. I also don't know if... that kind of looks like the parts and service area, but I don't know. Like in the background. So there's a lot to debate here. And something else I kind of wanted to bring up, it's not really completely relevant, but it's still something I wanted to mention. Okay, how do I start this off? Gregory shattered each of the glam rock animatronics except for Freddy, in their own way. You know, Chica was crushed in a garbage compactor. Monty was knocked off of the Montgomery Gator Golf catwalks, and it was split in half. Roxy was run over by a cart, and Chica's voice box was taken. Monty's claws were taken. Roxy's eyes were taken. And it essentially left them in this horrible, completely shattered and broken state. Now, I don't believe they really deserved what they got. And not only that, but I was talking with friends on the Discord server for Five Nights at Freddy's, and one of them mentioned Gregory did kind of lie to Freddy about what happened to the animatronics. When I was in the kitchen, Chica fell into some sort of garbage smasher. No, you pushed her in. There was an accident there's some sort of an accident on the raceway. I wouldn't define intentionally trying to run her over with it being an accident. And for Monty, he's just I'd rather not say. So, you could attribute it to... Actually, what even would you attribute that to? I mean, Freddy asked him to be honest, and Gregory kind of, stretched the truth a bit. So we don't really know... how do I even finish that sentence? He believed that the animatronics got what they deserved, but in truth, they didn't. Because one of the episodes of the playthrough we did of Security Breach showed that there were 16 retro CDs that, were therapy sessions between Vanessa and someone named... What was their name? Okay, so, the retro CDs, 7139 was Vanessa. 4672 was another name, or, not another name, it was, actually it kind of was another name for a supposed non-verbal person that a therapist was talking to, who we mostly understood was doing things based on actions being described. And looking at one of these subreddits, and just by trying to find the name for this patient, I ended up on the Game Theorist subreddit, and someone says, "I wonder if the numbers mean anything. Why start the recordings with 7139 for Vanessa or 4672 for the other character whose name we don't know yet?" The ACII, if I'm pronouncing that right, decimal number 71 codes for capital G. The ASCII decimal number 46 codes for period, also known as full stop. Maybe I'm reading too much into this, but it wouldn't be the first time the numbers stood for something in this series. I mean, we know that a character name starting with G is Gregory, but we also know that I thought it was mentioned that the one who doesn't... Actually, we don't even know the gender of Patient 41. We'll just call him Patient 41. We don't know if they're male, we don't know if they're female, we don't know their age, name, gender. We don't know anything about them. All we know is just what they're kind of into. I mean, maybe this is that maybe this is this little girl is the one who was in those therapy sessions who wasn't really talking. Although, if these CDs were from the past, how long ago was it until Vanessa and Vanny, the whole Vanessa Vanny thing started happening in the Pizzaplex where she was kidnapping all those children? I don't know if we really know what the window of time was because like there wasn't a single thing really giving away a date in Security Breach. Not a calendar, not a clipboard with info on it, not a whiteboard, nothing. We don't know how much time has passed. I mean, it's definitely a possibility that this can be in the future because of how wrecked and destroyed everything is. And at most, even in the Afton ending, everything was really set on fire, but the rest of the mall doesn't really look burnt, more just destroyed, maybe because of wear and tear. But if Gregory still looks how he does, it could just be the art style, or maybe he has, it has been like several months, maybe a year. We really don't know yet. All we really know is someone here. Actually, do we even know why this little girl is visiting the Pizzaplex in the first place? Maybe answering a distress call or something? Maybe Vanny is using Gregory as bait to lure someone in? Again, there's not a lot we really know about this. And this up here at the top, this keeps grabbing my attention because was this even here in the original lobby of the Pizzaplex? Okay, so after closer inspection, what we're actually seeing is parts of the ceiling. These up here, I'm pretty sure these are just... Yeah, I'm pretty sure these are parts of the dome-like ceiling. Maybe they're not exactly aligned, but this is the elevator. And these right here are like the... I guess they make up like the sun-like shape on the dome ceiling. So I guess those aren't really anything. They're just kind of decoration. It really makes you wonder just how damaged the rest of the pizzeria truly is. And something I hadn't really delved, whatever the word is. What exactly will this DLC offer other than, coming back here so long after the events of the main game? And will they add in anything that would let us go through those level 10 security doors? Because if we're coming back here, either we're going to get a level 10 security card, or those level 10 security doors, if they do have anything behind them, will be worn down, broken open, something. There's a lot to be determined here. There is a lot to think about. Because something is going on here. And while it's not exactly clear what, we at least know that at some point in 2023, maybe after the main game has been updated and fixed enough, we'll find out just what's going on in this place. I really can't think of anything more to really say about this. Maybe we'll get more teasers in the future, maybe we won't, but one thing is definitely for certain. Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach Ruin will hopefully answer some burning questions that we have about this game. But if any more teasers come out, I will do my best to review them. But if there are no more teasers, well, we'll just have to wait and see what happens. So, that has been my analysis, as much as I could analyze these images and speculate and theorize. Was there anything else I forgot to mention? I do know that the game, yes, the main game has been, updated. A lot of things have been fixed, and I did say before that I would I would look into the game once, plenty of things were fixed and all that stuff. Like, I would look at significantly, noticeably different updates. I've been trying to figure out what would qualify as, a majorly different update. And I guess when things have been significantly fixed in the game, I would take another look at it. I mean, I did get it. I did get Security Breach on PC, and I'm able to, like, of course, run all the beautiful textures and everything. And I'm just hoping that in the future, Steel Wool will manage to fix a lot of stuff wrong with the game. Even if they don't fix everything, I'm hoping they manage to fix a lot of stuff that's, going on with it. I do have faith in them, and while a lot of people might say or think that, the gameplay is boring and is really different from the other Five Nights at Freddy's games of the past, I just focus on enjoying myself and appreciating what's given. I mean, it could have been worse. The game could have been canceled because of what Sony did or anything like that. But, of course it wasn't, and Steel Wool is doing their best to patch what they weren't able to fix in time. So anyways, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.